Hi everyone, in this video I want to share with you this purchase order and vendor dashboard that I built. I sell this on my website, so if you're interested, check out the link in the description. So this tool is perfect for anyone who needs to track purchase order and see at a glance which vendor you're spending the most money with. So as you enter in your purchase order here in the PO tracker, all this information will automatically flow to the vendor analysis and the dashboard. So this dashboard here is interactive and it's dynamic. So you can see you can select any month that you like and any year that you like. So if you want to select all the month, you can set all and it'll show you data for all of that year. And this dashboard here automatically updates, so it gives you insights on total spending, outstanding balance, payment status, and also help you to identify your top vendors here, and then track due dates as well, so you always be on top of your cash flow. So if you like this item, you can purchase it on my website, and I also offer an accounts payable dashboard that complements this. So check out the link in the description. And this item here works with Google Sheet and Excel 2024 and above. All right, so just check out the link in the description for more details. Let's walk through this item and then I'll show you how it works. So if you purchase this item, you can see here we have 4 tabs. So the first tab is the vendor database. So here's where you would keep track of all your vendors, right? It's you have a central area to input all of your vendor information. So here you can, input in the vendor ID if you have it, the vendor name, the category, so basically what service or product they're selling to you. And then there's a contact name for that vendor, the email, the phone number, and you can select whether that vendor is active, inactive, and then the payment terms, whether you need to pay them due on receipt, net 15, net 30, and then you can write any notes here if you like. All right. And then the PO trackers here is where you would input all of your PO information. So track all your PO data. So all this data will automatically flow to the vendor analysis and the dashboard. So for example, you can put in the PO date, right? So let's say we'll do, this is the PO date, and then we can create a PO number, right? And then here you can select any vendor. So this vendor drop down list comes from the vendor database. So once we select the vendor, you notice it automatically populate the vendor ID and the category. And you can put the description here if you want, and then a department if you want. And then the PO amount. So let's say this is a $15,000 PO. Let's say we paid $7,000. So as you can see, when we put in $7,000 here, it will say partially paid because it's not completely paid off, right? And then we can say this one is open. You can select any status, open, close, approve, cancel. We'll just put it open. And then let's say this is due next year, 2/3/2027. Okay, so you can put notes here as you want. So let's say you can put a note here and says paid, 7K in December 2026. And let's say January come, you pay another, like 3,000. So you put 3,000 here, right? And then you can put a note that says, paid 3K in Jan 2027. Right? So there you go. And then here is the vendor analysis here. So you can see you can select all the months, and then you can select any year. So let's say we select April, and then we can see all of our vendor and all the PO value. So let me just select all. So this for all months in December in 2026. So you can see each of this vendor. This is the PO value for that vendor for the year, the total amount paid, the outstanding balance. There's 5 PO for this vendor here, and then the average PO balance, the largest PO, open PO value, unpaid PO value, and the latest PO date. Again, so this gives you analysis to see, what's going on, which vendor, you have the most PO balance, outstanding balance, and how much you've paid. So this is a very neat kind of like table that shows you all your vendor, and then all you have to do here is just select the month or all, and then the year, and this thing will automatically populate for you based on the data that you've input in the PO tracker. All right. So the dashboard really here is, you can interact with it by selecting any month or all the months, and then any year that you like. So as you can see, if I select February, it'll show the data just for February. But if I select it all, it'll show me data for all the months in 2026. So as you can see here, it shows me all the PO value for 2026, the amount that I paid, outstanding balance, open PO value, my the total vendors that I have for the year, the total POs I have for the year. And in here you can see the top vendor, the highest outstanding vendor, the amount, the most PO, total PO count, top vendor by PO value, PO amount trend. You can see, it seems like with this business here, it seems like they have more PO balance at the end of the year, right? Compared to the beginning of the year. And then it shows you PO value by category, office supplies, you're paying this much. It seems like for this business here, they pay the most for software because it's 32K, right? PO status breakdown. So most of the PO are closed, so 37%. And then payment status, you can see most of the PO are paid, right? And then you have top 5 vendor by outstanding balance, and then your top 5 outstanding due date. So, and it tells you the day left that you have to pay. This is, if it's red, it's overdue. If it's green, then it'll due in a few days. So it's very neat, very something that you can use to track your cash flow, your vendors, and see where you're at. So, if you're interested in this, check out the link in the description. So thank you so much for watching.